Alright, now I'm going to show you another small plugin here that we use. Now, a lot of people I've seen on the server use ladders or water elevators to get up and down floors. Well, we actually have an elevator plugin that you can use. It's super simple. All you do, slap an iron block at the bottom. 2 spots up from that, you put a button. 2 blocks from that, you put a glass block. And there's 1 floor complete. Now the top floor is the reverse, a glass block. And you can use the same glass block. You don't have to have another one if your floor is that close. Slap a button down there, and then 2 blocks from that, you got an iron block. And there you go, 2 floors. Click here, go up to 2nd floor, bottom floor. So it's super simple to make. You can even do it for multiple elevators. So all you do, same exact setup as the normal one, but you put a sign on top of the button on each floor. And as you can see, here's one with a gap, so it's a different glass block. And in any middle floor, it's a glass block on top and a glass block on the bottom. So instead of having iron or anything, all middle floors have glass on top and glass on bottom. Then all you do is just right-click the sign to pick which floor you want. So make sure you don't have anything in your hand or anything that will stick, because you can do this by accident. So make sure you don't have anything in your hand. But if I want to go to the 3rd floor, and remember, you know, 1st floor is the lowest level, so even if you're going down in your mine shaft, this will still be the 2nd floor or whatever. In the 2nd floor, you'll go to the 2nd floor. Now I do want to remind you of one thing. If you have some friends over and you're checking out an elevator or whatever, and that friend down there pushes the button and I'm standing on the glass, it will make the glass disappear and I will fall all the way down to the bottom and go splat and die because of the fall. And you won't be harmed because you'll just be going up. So make sure if you are going to be building an elevator, you are aware of who's above you before you hit the button. And if you do kill somebody, you know, apologize, say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill you, the Wombat of Doom, which, by the way, I have done multiple times by accident. And you just give them back the stuff that you accidentally picked up because of their body being there, if a chest didn't form. So do be aware of that. If you purposely start killing people that way, that is griefing, so be aware of that. Try and, you know, be friendly with people. You know, we want a fun server that people hang out with and enjoy. You don't actually, all these elevators are, you know, pointing the same direction you enter. They can actually point any direction. They can enter this way and exit this way or that way or whatever. It just depends on how you design your opening of your elevator. And the elevator construction, I use cobblestone for all of this. But it can be anything. It can be stone, it can be stone brick, it could even be glass, as long as, you know, the button's on stone, because buttons don't stick on glass. But you can make this really out of anything you feel like making this out of. So if you feel like making it out of netherrack brick, go on. And like I said, it can fit any direction. And what the heck, we have some sheep here. Hello, sheep. Well, this is the beginning of the other tutorial that I was going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and empty that off a bit. Now, as you guys know, if you feed wheat to sheep, it will make them happy and they will have fun times, and you will get a baby sheep, which will eventually grow, and then you can shear the wool from that one. But currently in the game, sheep do not grow their wool back naturally. Well, if you feed them wheat, they will grow their wool back between 40 to 80 minutes after being fed. So, you know, nothing quick, but the mama sheep and the daddy sheep will grow their wool back naturally that way, but only after you fed them wheat. The other ways of doing it, which is much more efficient, seeds. If you feed a sheep seeds, it will grow its wheat back between 20 to 40 minutes. So you just left click a sheep and you fed it. Let's say, you know, sheep munches on the seeds, you fed it. In 10 to 20 minutes, or not 10 to 20, sorry, 20 to 40 minutes, that sheep will grow its wheat back. Bread is even more efficient. That's anywhere between 10 minutes to 20 minutes after feeding, it'll grow its wool back. And cookies is the most efficient. If you can give them a cookie, it will grow its wheat back between 5 to 10 minutes. So really quick that way. Bread is also not too bad, but you only want to feed them once. As you see, I hit him and it actually hurt him at that point because he's already been fed. So definitely make sure you don't start, you know, feeding the sheep over and over again, because you will hurt it and eventually kill it. So do be aware of that. But that's another plugin we have on our server to help sheep grow their wheat back, or wool back, from the uses of seeds and bread and cookies, and wheat does work, but trust me, it's more efficient just making bread or just using the seeds you collect from the wheat, which is another use for seeds besides just planting it. So definitely that is a very useful way of getting wool back. So I hope that helped you a bit. I'm also going to show you 2 more tutorials, but they're over there. Alright, I had to fly all the way over there to over here, so I decided to cut that for you. I'm in my creative world. This is where I test things and build redstone mechanics and stuff like that for tests, so it doesn't clutter the world. But anyhow, this is my Clay Generator 3000.1 Mach 8. I know it's an amazingly awesome name, but generally it's just a clay generator. Our server does have clay generators, and the reason why is earlier when we didn't open up the new world, clay was very rare, and somebody, I won't name who, but you know who you are, gathered all the clay in our world and put it in a chest, and the chest blew up by a creeper and no more clay on the world. So I had to add in this plugin for that. Now with the new 1.0 coming out in Andoria, we got a good amount of clay, but I wanted to show you this to you anyways, just to explain to you why clay and brick is considered cheap in our server. Because we have a clay generator, and it's simple to set up. At the bottom there, it's hard to tell, but that's soul sand. So you need soul sand at the bottom, so you have to go to the nether. At the moment of this tutorial, the nether is currently closed because we're kind of working out some bugs in that area. But once it's open again, you can purchase soul sand. And then you put on top of it gravel, which is in my hand here. There's some gravel. And then you have flowing water move over it. And the one in the very back didn't get placed. Come on. There we go. Now you just wait about 20 minutes. It has a little bit of a... What the heck? It does not want to put that there. Put. Stay. Stay. Good boy. I think. Anyways, it's a little bit of a randomness to it, so it might be shorter than 20 minutes, might be longer, depending on the brick itself, it feels like, but it is about 20 minutes, and it'll turn all that into clay. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait 20 minutes without having you wait for 20 minutes so you can see what the final result looks like. And while we wait, I'm gonna show you once again another plugin. This will be a very useful one for you who like to explore. All you do is have an arrow and where are you? Glowstone, there you are. So you got this arrow with a bow, and to the right of the bow you need to put torches or glowstone. And if you put a torch and you fire it, it won't do like the pullback like it normally does. It'll just fire, and wherever it lands it will stick a torch. So don't go spamming torches on someone's building, because one, you can't take the torch back, they get the torch for free. But you can use this when you're spelunking in the middle of the wilderness and you need to put a torch up in some high place. You can shoot it off, and if you miss, you know, it will do that. But if you aim it properly, it can hit it. Now, if you have glowstone, it will shoot a flare style. So, there we go. So it's kind of like the torch, but it will actually burn out after a while, and you can actually get your arrow back. These methods, you can't get your arrow back. You can only, because it'll be lost when it gets stuck. But if you have glowstone, you can get your arrow back, but the torch doesn't last as long. Now, this hasn't finished yet, so I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead in about 20 minutes or so until it is finished. So I'll see you there. And as you can see, 20 minutes later, about that, because it's a little bit of a random chance on the length, but you know, 20 minutes is a good average. It turned the gravel into clay. Now you can go ahead and get this clay, but do be aware that clay will only drop 1 clay ball, not 4, because of the fact that you can generate your own clay. If you guys been already gathering clay, you've been wondering, why am I only getting 1 clay ball out of this block of clay? Well, the reason is because you can generate clay. So I hope that that helps you out as well. And I'm going to show you one more little tutorial here. Alright, just needed to get a few things set up for the Lockette tutorial, which is probably the second most important plugin that you'll need to know. aside from the reporting one, which is always going to be the most important. And why is it going to be so important? Well, when you work on our server, you can't build in the wilderness. There's only a few select things you can actually put in the wilderness, and I'll make a tutorial specifically for that one later. But when you actually buy your own plot, you can build, structures, whatever you want. And people can't go in and destroy your blocks because it's your property. The only thing they can do is use switches. Now that includes doors, buttons, levers, dispensers, furnaces, trap doors, and chests. Well, you don't want them to enter your furnaces and your dispensers or your furnaces or your chests because they can steal your items. You can lock your doors if you want to. Me personally, I keep my doors unlocked because I like people exploring the structures that I've built. But if there's some area you don't want them to enter, or only a select few, then you can lock your doors. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to lock up all your stuff so that you can, protect it. We'll start off with chests because that's the most important one. This is where you keep all your stuff like diamonds. All you need is a sign and a chest, and you right click any of the 4 sides. And when you right click it, you get private, your username, and this chest is now officially only openable by you. No other user can open that, and you can put it even on the front or the side. I usually like putting it on the back next to a wall or something like that, and it will protect it. It even works on double chests, so if you have a double chest there, you can put it on either side of it as well as on the back. Now, for your protection, there's a couple things you can do as well. If you want to make it private, so only you can use it, but you also want one of your friends to be able to use it, like the Wombat of Doom, for instance, is one of my friends. I can right click the sign, and it'll tell me to edit it. All I need is to do Lockette, line number. Now, signs have 4 lines. The top line here is more users. You want to keep that. So you only want to edit line 2, 3, and 4. So I'll edit line 2, and so right now, as you can see right here, it's kind of hard to see because this is gray, but it says everyone. Well, you don't want everyone to be able to open this chest. What's the point of locking it in the first place? So you want to replace that with something else, like Wombat of Doom. Now, me and the Wombat of Doom can open this chest, but nobody else can. This is very useful for people who wish to trade with a friend, like me. I can get a lot of stone, but I'm making these huge biodomes. I don't need stone, I need glass. The Wombat of Doom, on the other hand, maybe he can get glass, but he needs stone. Well, we can set up a chest in either of our properties and make it set up so only me and him can open it, and I can open up here, put some stone in here, and he'll put glass in here, and we just kind of give each other the stone and glass to kind of trade. And we're friends, so we try and make it even. We don't take all of his glass and never give him any stone. And it works, but nobody else can go in and steal the stone and the glass that we're trading back and forth. So that's the use for it. And you can have up to, I think, 11 on a single chest, and I think 16 on a double chest because of how many signs you can put on it. You can even do it to your main one. See, if I right click the main one here, I can say Lockette and line 3 and Majestic Wind. Now, me, Majestic Wind, and the Wombat of Doom. That's why there's the more user, because you can put 2 users on your first sign and you don't need another one. This is mostly if you have 4 people, like me, Majestic Wind, the Wombat of Doom, and Silver Whisper. So then we need another sign. But you can have about 16 users able to open this chest. That works also on doors. I'll go ahead and show you the door here. Now, there's 2 ways of doing it on a door. One, which I've seen a lot of users do, is they put a sign in front of their door and type in private with brackets around it, because you actually have to type it out on this one, and then your name, FE Python. You can also, while you're doing this, type in users you want to be able to open the door as well, so you don't have to edit the sign afterwards. You can do it now, and then done. And it'll just slap it on top of the door right in front, and now it's protected, and only I can open this door. The reason why I don't like it is that the door, or the signs right in front of the door, it doesn't look so good in my opinion. It's personal use. You can do it however you feel like it. I'll show you how I like to do it. Instead of putting it on front of the door, I actually like putting it on top of the door. So private and FE Python. There we go. Now it's not in the way when I go through, and it's still protected by me, which is, a very useful thing. You can also put it on the back of the door, so instead of having it down there, I can do the same thing up here. It'll still protect it. Now, that also works for dispensers and furnaces. So if I slap this on the side of a furnace, it's protected by me. I can also, make it so other users, including me, can open this up that I specify. That's very useful as well. You can also do it on dispensers. Now, because dispensers and furnaces kind of fill the whole block, you can put it in the back of the block and have, stone around it. And, obviously you'd want stone here, like a wall or something like that, so nobody notices that sign's there if you want to hide the sign. But you can put it in the back. It just needs to, connect to the dispenser. Now, you can also do this to trapdoors. Now, trapdoors, let's try this. I haven't tried the trapdoor before, but apparently you can. So we'll see if it works the same way. Now, you also don't need to actually type your name. There you go. See, you don't need to actually type your last name or your username. So that's how it works on trapdoors. Now, only I can open this trapdoor. So I'll show you one more example of that. See, private. And now, without typing in my username, I just hit done, and it automatically puts my username in. I forgot to mention that you can also do that as well. It's obviously quicker because you don't have to type in your username. But yeah, you can pretty much protect chests, dispensers, furnaces, trapdoors, and normal doors using this easy technique. And the whole more user thing, it's universal. It works on all of these different items. So if you have any questions, comment below or ask me in person on the server if you see me online. You can even go to the forums at andoria.crazyforus.com, and you can sign up on that, and you can post questions on the help part as well, or send me a private message there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If I'm busy with a project, I'll let you know, and I'll try and help you whenever I'm done with it. I hope that these tutorials kind of helped you out and explain to you all the basic stuff, as well as how to protect things and tele doors, things that you might not even know about, like the launching torches at cave walls, that kind of thing. And I'll be making more tutorials later on, but they'll be more specific on a single plugin. Either way, hope that you learned something useful here. I shall talk to you all later. This is MrYourWilly signing off. Adios. Alright, so I'm back. I know I said I was leaving, but some amazing person called Santa Cube decided to leave me a gift. As you can see, there's Santa Cube. Hello, Santa Cube, and he brought me the TNT I was mentioning. Yay, it's for Walter and me. So that one's Walter's and that one's mine. Actually, no, the Wombat of Doom made this while I was away. He went a little Santa happy. You can say hi now.
Yeah, I kind of got a little let's just say the Christmas spirit just grabbed me, and I made signs and snowmen and candy canes and giant Santa Clauses bringing TNT.
Yep, he had quite a lot of fun.
Right?
But I actually didn't realize that he built this because I was doing the tutorials, so I decided to point this out at the end. But, ooh, what's this? Oh, gold. Huh, that's funny.
For the buckles.
I'm going to go ahead and end the tutorial now because you guys have been sitting here for quite a while, but hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.